One key element of strategic foresight, maybe three, but they're related, is the idea of horizon scanning, where you try to detect early signs of change, or what we call weak signals. And then you're going to take those weak signals. They might not really seem related directly to your core business, but what you're going to do is you're going to amplify them, just like an audio engineer, amplify that signal and imagine what would be in 5 years, this small signal, what would happen if this would become dominant. So for example, in 2004, I saw a photo of an Asian lady holding a selfie stick. That was the first selfie stick I saw. And she had a digital camera. And I thought, oh, that's very interesting. What would happen if this behavior became dominant? So then, to answer your question, what you want to do here is early detection, early imagination, and early adaptation, early reaction. Now, how to do it will be very different for each type of company. Yeah, strategic foresight requires some, I would say, consulting maturity in order to plug it to your customer, because a lot of old men don't like to be told that things could be different, especially 2-3 years before they retire.
Common problem.
Yeah. So the how can be very different, but there are a few methodological frameworks. But the easiest way is try to make it visible, tangible. Okay. You can just role play. That would be the easiest way. Okay. Let's imagine, how would our company deliver what we do today in that world? What would change? And just start with a basic role play. You can go to Lego. Today we have AI. It's just amazing to prototype things. But there's a lot of creativity on the side of the designer to imagine what would be the best experience for my customer to fully grasp those insights and bring them in and start thinking about it. It will never work in a one afternoon workshop. People have to sleep on it, digest it. You need to show them different, I would say, evidence. You need to bring different sensorial aspects of the experience, show them objects so that they can start composing this new possible future. Because if on one side we're very bad at projecting ourselves in the future, we still are very good at time travel. It's something we know how to do. And there are techniques where you can try to project yourself in the future and try to imagine, how does it feel? You know, how do you experience that future? Now, one very key aspect, and I just want to catch something that you said, positive, less positive futures. I often say that positive futures have collapsed. You can ask people around you, when was the last time that you read a book, watched a movie, watched a series, played a game, set in an utopian, positive future where you would say, oh my God, I want me and my kids and my grandkids to live in that future. Usually people can't answer. If you ask, what was the last dystopian thing you saw? They have so much example to give. And that is a key aspect of our relationship with the future, is that we are using forecasting, foresight, as a way of criticizing the present. Whereas it's interesting, but it's a little bit, the snake eating its own tail, because it doesn't produce any concrete transformation. I'm a Marxist, so I don't want to go there. But we need to leverage our ability to use foresight and paint in people's mind futures where they would go like, interesting. Okay. Now, maybe for businesses, it's more difficult because in a business environment, the question of the future tends to be limited to technology. And so the bias of technological determinism is very strong. There's a strong neoliberal belief that technology drives progress, and people lack the ability to even name social phenomena. And I see this with designers as well. You do social innovation programs, you send designers looking at the situation, investigate, inquire, and because they lack a few basic tools about sociology and anthropology, they are blind to the social situation. So they only see problems to solve with technology. The worst is desirability, consumer preference, feasibility, technological determinism, and viability. Will it survive in the market? And you already have those neoliberal, goggles, and you're stuck. So if you want to open up the future and think, how could the future be different? You need to also free yourself and part of your design, I would say, toolbox from certain assumptions that will help you really well to help a client solve a business problem. But if you zoom out and you look at society, different generations, different cultures, different time scales, maybe looking at the world only with the glasses of a merchant might not help you. Okay, and you will fail at understanding how society changes.